here's the question. It asks you to use the percent equation to answer the following equations, but I'm going to do it both ways. So I'm going to show you how to set up the equation and solve it, and at the same time how to do part 2 whole. So number 1, how to set up the equation. What number? So we did this before. Again, it's not new. What number? What is the unknown? It's a number. What number is equal sign 0.6%, 0.6 at 100, because it's percent of its multiplication, 500. So see, it's a simple equation. So x is equal to 0.6 over 100 times 500. So to get the x, this is over 1. It's multiplication. Again, cross cancel them before you multiply them if it's possible. In this case, it's obvious. It's possible. Both of these are divisible by 100, right? 100 divided by 100 is 1. 500 divided by 100 is 5. So answer is just 5 times 0.6. 0.6 times 5. If it's a review, hold on to decimal. You just multiply 6 by 5, which is 30, right? Which is 30. But since you have one decimal, move this back one decimal. So it's going to be 3.0, just 3. So x is equal to 3. That's the first method. So let's draw a line here. And then doing part 2 whole, to answer this question, what number is 0.6% of 500? So you want to write part 2 whole. The formula for part 2 whole. Part 2 whole is equal to the percent, right? In fraction. Percent in fraction. In this case, we know it is 0.6%, right? So it's going to be 0.6 at 100. So this is what we have. And then we're going to set up the equation for that, right? But we know it's what number is 0.6% of 500. You see the numerator is smaller than the denominator, right? So part should be smaller than whole. It says what number is part of, like part of 500. So 500 is the whole. So in the denominator, you're going to write 500. Part is the unknown, equal to 0.6 times, that's not a beautiful 6, so like this, over 100, right? So to solve this, proportionality, cross multiply. X times 100 is 100x, equal to 0.6 times 5, 0.6, not 5. So there we are. And then 100x, you want to get rid of 100, right? Let's do it this way. It's multiplication again. To get rid of 100, you divide by 100. Divide this whole thing also by 100. So x is equal to, because these two cancel, 100 divided by 100 is 1. So x is equal to, see, 0.6 times 500 divided by 100, right? I can simplify them. So I didn't multiply. That's why I didn't multiply earlier, because I wanted to show you how to simplify it. You don't do multiplication and then division. There's no need for that because you can simplify them. See, these two, it's multiplication. These two can simplify. Divide by 100. This is 1. Divide by 100 is 5. So what's left again at the end of the day, it's 5 times 0.6. 0.6 times 500. Same as what we did. So we get 3, right? 3.0. So that's 3 or 3.0, right? We got that. So that was one problem. So second problem, what is 25 is what percent of 125? So set up the equation. 25 is equal sign. What percent x over 100 of becomes a multiplication. This becomes equation 125, right? It's multiplication again. Now here's we have multiplication. X 100, 125 TD can be simplified. This and this can be simplified, right? 100 divided by what? Both of these can be divided by 25. There are 4 25s here and 5 25s here. If you don't see that, go step by step. Both of these are divisible by 5. Let's do it like that. Divide by 5. 100 divided by 5 is 20. 125 divided by 5, if you divide it, is 25. Someone might ask, how do you know the 100 and 125 is divisible by 5? There is a golden rule for that. If you have a number that ends, the ones place is 0 or 5, that number is divisible by 5. Like what? 1255. 92325 1 2 3 4 5 7 5. All of these digits you see ends to 0 or 5, therefore they're divisible by 5. So that's the rule for 5. You know that that's going to be breaking down into group of 5s. So here we have 0 and 5, they're both divisible by 5. If you divide it, you get 20 here and you get 25 here. And if you look carefully, again ends with 5. Here it is, ends with 0 and ends with 5. You can divide them by 5 again. So if you do, see, divided by 5 again, both of these, don't forget to do both of these. I've seen students forget that. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So we're done with that, right? So next, what's left? So 25. I'm going to set up the equation. 25 is x over 4 times 5, right? And that's equal to, if you multiply, it's going to be 25 is equal to, this is over 1, x times 5. It's going to be 5x. 1 times 4 is 4. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. See, I'm going step by step. So 25 is equal to, that same as 5 over 4x. Now to get rid of, oops, not that. So to get rid of that, 5 over 4, from the equation, I'm going to multiply the reciprocal of that, which is 4 over 5. Remember, you need to do that to the both sides. So write down before you forget. And this is over 1. Now see what happens? Cross canceling, that's why we multiply by reciprocal, right? And so, but you end up with x equal to, cross simplification here, cross canceling here. This is divided by 5 once, divided by 5 5, right? What's left? 4 times 5, 20. So I'm going to write like that, x equal to 20. So 25 is what percent? That's 20% of 125. And if I want to do part 2 whole, so let me copy this down. And move it down. Oops. Like that. Oops. Okay, let's go back. Didn't work. You know what? I'm going to write it out again. 20, it was 25 is what percent of 125, right? So 25 is what percent of 125? So what do? We want to do part 2 whole to solve this problem. So we don't know the percent. Remember, part 2 whole is equal to P over 100, which is the percent, right? We don't know the percent. We want to find the percent. So 25 is what percent of 125? 25 is what is a part of big number, what 25? So 125 is the whole, 25 is the part, is equal to P over 100. So solve this equation, cross multiply it. Before you do that, again, simplification. This divided by 25, 1. Now you see this divided by 25 because we did it earlier. Divided by 125 is 5. Or do it step by step, but we did it earlier. Now you divide by 25, both of these are. So you get 1 and 5. Cross multiply them. 1 times 100 is 100. And then 5 times P is equal to 5P. Right? Divide by 5, divide by 5. So P is equal to 100 divided by 5 is what? 20. That's 20%. So done with this. Next one. 10 is 25% of what number? Again, set up the equation. 10 is 25%, 25 over 100 times multiplication. What number? X, right? Now you want to, I'm setting up equation to solve this problem. Now you want to solve for x, get rid of 25 over 100. Let's simplify this again. This divide by 25. Both of these can go to 25. If you cannot see that, just divide it slowly. Divide by 5 first, and then you will see there's another 5 inside. So divide by 25 is 1. This divide by 25 is 4. There's 4 25s in 100. So what's left is 10 is 1/4 of x, basically. 10 is equal to 1/4 of x. Now to solve for x, you multiply by 4 over 1. Both sides, that's reciprocal. Did you guess that? That's reciprocal of 1/4. That's what I'm doing. I've been doing all the time, right? So it cancels, cancels, cancels. This is over 1. So what do we have? In this case, x is equal to 10 times 4, 40. So that's how you do to set up the equation. So all the part to whole on the right side, you can compare them, but don't get confused. So let's go back. 10 is 25% of what number? See, again, writing the equation. I keep writing this equation. I want to make sure you get used to it. This part to whole, and you need to keep doing it. Write the equation so that it's going to stick with your mind for a longer time. P over 100. That's equal to percentage, right? Which is in this case 25. So I get what? I get 25%. So that's 24 over 100 is equal to part to whole. 10 is what percent of a bigger number? What number is that? That's a bigger number, 20. So that's the denominator, right? 10 is what part of the number? So it's a bigger number. That 10 is the smaller part of it. So 10 over x. So cross multiply. Before we do that, again, simplification. You guessed it already, right? So divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by, let's do it step by step in this case. 20 divided by 5 equal to 5. Divide by 5 equal to 20. Again, both of these divide by 5. Divide by 5. You get 1. Divide by 5. You get 4, right? So 10 over x equal to 1 over 4. Cross multiply it. X equal to 10 times 4, 40. So we're done. 10 is 25% of what number? It's 40. See, 10 over, that's what it means. 10 over 40 is equal to 25 over hundreds. Yes, we're done.